Today on the channel, fresh off the NECA Target Haulathon, we've got the Shredder clones from the Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA Ninja Turtle unboxing and review. And today on the channel, fresh off the Target Haulathon, we've got the Shredder clones from the Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. But for all your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle needs that aren't store exclusives and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, anything over $59 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And today we're taking a look at another Mirage Ninja Turtles one. A few of these figures escaped in the Haulathon from Target here in the last couple of weeks. And an interesting line. A line I've been collecting. However, I don't have the original Turtles from this line. So I'm hoping we get those again sooner than rather than later. We'll see what happens there. But these Shredder clones are very, very interesting. And this is, I guess, a two-pack here, as you got one big Goro-looking Shredder, and then you got a little bit of a Hornswoggle-looking Shredder, I guess we'll call it here. But of course, we're going to do this review and unboxing like we do all the other ones here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do little comparisons at the end. So there it is. Without further ado, big window packaging here for old Shredder, looking good. Big bubble window, got the Turtles logos all down there across. Very much the Mirage figures, you know they're the Mirage. You see the Archie, you know they're the Archie. You see the movie ones, you know they're the movie. So very distinct packaging assignments for each of the sublines of the Ninja Turtles via NECA, which is very smart if you ask me. But good packaging here, nothing too fun on the side, a little artwork. And then there they both are on the side as well. Looks like Shredder's missing an arm on one of those. So that's a little interesting. And then on the back of the package, we got a little bit of glamour shots, little action figure glamour shots going on. Does it say anything special? It says, meanwhile, to be continued. And at the bottom, you see Casey Jones down there, foot soldier. So kind of an Easter egg. Here's what's coming in the future, so we better be ready for that. Does it come with this severed arm, though? I guess we'll find out here. We're going to get him out of the package, see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about here. We get that kind of background street scene we've seen numerous times. We've seen this in the past before with the Mirage lines. There that is. Off to the side. See you later. Goodbye. And then we get the old plastic prison. We get some hands in here, of course. And then we get both versions of Shredder looking very, very interesting. Let me take this offline. Let me get these guys all uncorked out. We'll be back talking all things Shredder clones. All right, we got the Shredder clone out of the package, and let's dive in here and let's dive on into the accessories first. And we got hands. Oh, let's give Shredder a hand here, but we got two different kinds of hands. We got the splayed out hands going on, or the karate chopping hands, whatever you want to call them. Got the nice little spike on the end there, a little spear action. Instead of like Shredder, he usually had two of these. He's only got one on this guy, so a little point of difference, I guess. But we do get the splayed out hands, and then of course you get the gripping hands. So we get two gripping hands. You get two fists over here. You get two maniacal hands. Mix and match your hands. Choose your own hand adventure, as we always do say, but looking really nice. Nice brown skin tone color. Nice silver color with a kind of a dirty wash to it with black outlines. Looking good, looking like some hands. So there you go, some hands for you. Then we get down to these little worm bits things, these little worms that like eat people and turn people into, I think they turn into whatever person they ate or something like that. But you do get some effect pieces. You get the worms here in a nice purple color, looking really nice. And you get this one, I think, goes on the severed arm if you leave it on the ground like we saw in the package. And then this one is kind of the cap for the arm that got cut off, obviously by the Ninja Turtles. But very vibrant colors on this, and definitely different than the color scheme on this. So that does work really as a point of difference to the eye. Now we're getting down to the one that crosses that accessory figure game here, and I guess we'll call him a figure. He's got articulation. Now, he doesn't have a ton of articulation, but it is a little mini Shredder here crouched down, much like the Ninja Turtle accessory pack, part of this Haulathon with those mini Ninja Turtles. They kind of have some articulation, so I guess they're technically a very small figure. You could say the same thing about this Shredder clone here. Now, there's no knee articulation, no elbow articulation. You get some side to side on the head, just a little bit, blocked by the big spikes on his shoulders, of course, but the big helmeted head looking really nice there. He's got the big spike on the end of his hands like we usually see here with Shredder, so that does look good. You got the nice movement at the legs, so you can get some movement there. And then, yes, we do have ankle articulation. It looks like a little mini version of Shredder here. You got the red eyes back behind the black and the mask. You got the nice kind of maroonish red color for Shredder, but just very, very small. It does have articulation, just not a ton of articulation. And I have a feeling this guy isn't going to be the easiest to get to stand. You're going to need a really smooth, flat surface because a stand is not going to work for him. So he's a little top heavy, it seems. But I think it could be done with a little magic. And I'm bringing the magic here today on the channel. So there is that little mini Shredder. But this is the main event. This is Goro Shredder. Absolutely love the looks of Goro Shredder. There's something special about a character that has 4 arms or 6 arms or anything like that. But definitely a big boy. Definitely bigger than his Shredder companion over here. Looking really, really nice. Looking big, bad. Looking nationwide like a young ZZ Top. Got a lot of the hallmarks of Shredder. A lot of the hallmarks we saw with this one with the silver helmet, the silver spikes on the shoulders. You got some of the arm guards going on the forearm. And then, of course, on the hand, you got the spike on each hand as well. Then, like all the spikes here, very sharp. Not for kids up here. But you got 5 spikes on each shoulder gauntlet. Got the 3 spikes on the horns, whatever you want to call them, on the helmet. Same helmet look there with the black and the red eyes. Nice mask going on with some of the black highlights to it. Some of the lining, of course, comic book lining on this guy. Looking really nice. Then you do got the 4 arms, of course, like a young Goro. And then you got his little skirt going on, a belt sculpted in. And then you got the wrappings on the ninja boots and so forth. Articulation-wise, of course, all 4 arms do move around, but you really are limited. There's only so much room to move around and maneuver when somebody has 4 arms. So you do get the bicep cut on every single arm. You do get double jointed elbows on every single arm. You do get the hands back and forth, of course. Hands going to be removable on every single one. You do get a waist cut. You do get head articulation a little bit up and down, back and forth. Actually, more movement out of the head than I was expecting here, so I do like that. The hard part is all the way around. You're not going to really get these arms moving because they got to kind of work together, as you can imagine here. But definitely an aggressive look to him at the top here. But then down low, he can do those big old clone Shredder splits if he needs to. And then you do get down here to the double jointed knees. Of course, the knees are pinned in here. No boot cut on this guy, but you do got ankles back and forth, side to side. Very, very tight joints, as we do see with NECA right out of the package. Buyer beware, be careful. Sometimes you might have to heat those up to win. But then we get down to the arm, and apparently this arm is removable. So I'm going to try to figure this out without breaking the toy here. And it's nothing like learning on the fly. Oh, well, there you go. That was easy enough. So his arm does remove here. You just plug it out and pop it out. Of course, hand's still removable from here as well. But this is where I believe you plug the worms into this. Like so. There it is. Yeah, so plugs in there very easily. You have this on the ground, all the worms everywhere. You're off to the races right there. So we do have that. But then, of course, this arm here, you got to cap it. And you can cap it with these worms. There you go. Very cool there. And I probably will display him like this. Obviously, 4 arms are really cool, but just that's an extra point of conversation piece on this one. Looking really good with those worms all over the arm. Just looking tough, looking bad. Really, really do like that. Very interesting way. I was a little worried, and I was surprised how easy this arm comes off. As we do know with sometimes NECA products, sometimes you got to be a little bit more careful with these figures than maybe a Hasbro or a Mattel type product. Does this guy fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on Ringside Collectibles. Make sure you get the Mattel stand. What do you know? He fits perfectly right there. So we got a little Shredder clone action. You got the mini clone, and then you got the old Loot Crate Shredder clone here. This is one of the first Loot Crates. So we got some extra clonage action going on here. And I know not everybody has this one. That's the bad thing about some of these Loot Crates. They're great because they're deep cuts, but now a lot of people that missed out or didn't get this back in the day, now they're wanting it because they got this pack here. So you just, sometimes it feels like as a figure collector, you just can't win sometimes. That's kind of how I would probably feel about this Mirage one, the claw hand Shredder from back in the day. But there it is, the Shredder clones being built out. We're growing our Mirage collection. Hopefully they re-release, and just like I talked about re-releasing, maybe this one, but also the 4 Ninja Turtles, maybe the Shredder as well for collectors that passed on those originally, now want to get in the game. I think there's too much money on the table, and we say it all the time here on the channel. If there's dollars to be made, I don't care if it's Mattel, Hasbro, NECA, or whoever, they're going to make the money eventually, and I would assume we will get a re-release of those sometime. Maybe 2023, but at least if not then, by 2024, I would have to bet. I'd bet the house. Bet the house. There you go. But there's a little Shredder, a little clone Shredder companion here piece. What are your guys' thoughts? You picked this one up, you passing, you playing the long game, you just collecting one segment of Turtles, or are you a crazy lunatic like myself and picking up all of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day, and even more content over on Patreon, including early access to videos like this. But best of all, you do support the channel, and you can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Shredder clones, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.